day, everyone. It is my hope that after watching this video, we should have a better understanding of how to use Google Classroom platform. There are several factors to consider when creating a Google Form quiz. One, the type of quiz, be it multiple choice, short answers, or file upload. Size of class, be it one folder or multiple folders. In cases where the class is very small, where you have less than 10 students, it is recommended that we use, or it's okay to use one folder. In cases where we have full-size classes and we have like more than one groups, like in the grade 9, where we have like 40 or 40 odd students, and in some cases where one teacher teaches like 4 classes, it is recommended that we have a separate folder for each class. What this does, if everything is allowed to go to, if we do not use separate folders, what you'll find is that all the responses will go to that one folder, and all the different names from those different classes will be in one large group. And it will make it way more challenging. Well, first, you would not be able to automatically upload them from the form to Google Classroom. And it will be very tedious to go through to pick out those names and place them in the different classes. So this makes the work much, much easier. The next thing is the number of teachers teaching the subject. This is also important. This is important when you're setting up the quiz, as in case where more than one teacher teaches a subject, it's best for them to collaborate. And when they collaborate, each collaborator is able to contribute to the test, or they're able to edit the test. It's also good to add your HOD or the senior management persons, wherein they can go through and vet the test or the form right then and there before it is printed. Additional factors to be considered when creating a Google Form quiz. The estimated size of individual file to be uploaded. Yes. The type of multiple choice, the type of quiz, be it multiple choice, short answer, or a combination. As in the case where we have combination, you will not be for multiple choice. You would or you can select to return the responses to the students at the same time. In case we have a short answer questions or items or a mix, you will need to select the section which says submit later or submit after review. What that does, that will allow the teacher to go through, mark the short answer questions, and then release the grades to the students. Very important. Another important factor that must be considered is the number of students doing the subject, as there is a limit as to the number of files and the size each folder can accommodate. So if you have too many classes being placed in one folder, what you'll find is that as soon as the limit on that folder is reached, that folder will not be able to accommodate any more students, and those additional students, they will not be able to upload their work to that platform. Very important. Something else. It is also important for the teacher or the persons setting that Google Form quiz to go into the setting and ensure that they change the size of the folder to accommodate the maximum, which is 1 TB. In cases where there are more than one sheet or more than one picture, it's of great importance that we also change the number of uploads from 1 to 5 or possible 10. We can also determine the maximum size for each file. Yes, so that is also important because we don't want students to upload an unconfined size of file. So those are factors that must be considered. Conditions for automatic grade for automatic grade importation to Google Form. There are several factors that must be considered from two ends. From the end of creating the form, while you're creating the form, and also once the test has been completed, you will also need to go on the other side, go into Google Classroom and allow grade importation. These 5 conditions must be met for grades to be imported automatically. On the form, grade import toggle must be on. Google Form must be set as a quiz. Yes, this is very important, as remember, Google Form can be used for survey and also for research purposes. So we must indicate to the form that, hey, we want this to be a quiz. Yes, what that does, once we toggle to the quiz, it will give us an option to enter a point value for each question. And it is important to note that any question that is assigned a value of 0 will not that value that will not be will affect the score the total marks. So in cases where we have our access code and our name, date, grade, teacher, it's important that we remember to turn those value or set those point value to 0. If that is not done, those questions will also, because the marks, the value normally is copied or transferred from the last sheet to the other. So we must ensure that we go into the form and we set those to 0. Next one, collect form must be set as quiz, yes. We must also ensure collect user email must be ticked. Restrict to MOE domain users must be ticked. Limit to one response must also be ticked. If this is not ticked, you will not be able to upload the grades automatically. It's important to know that after you set the quiz, you can go back in cases where a student might have difficulty to upload his work. You can go back to the form and untick this, then allow that student to upload his work, then you tick this. So it offers some flexibility. You can also open the folder after it has been closed and allow persons or your late student for whatever reason to upload his work and then close the form. When creating the assignment, you will not be able to import grades if the following are not activated. So activation is from the class and also from the quiz side, right? You must set as a quiz while creating the quiz in Google Form. If you do not toggle the grade importing, if you do not go to the test or exam in the classwork and click the import grades. Very important. Tips. When we import grades, they override manually assigned grades. Very important. It means, therefore, if we start entering grades manually, or If there's a case where a student has difficulty uploading his work, and we probably ask him to send it to us by email or by WhatsApp, and we enter that grade manually into the system, and then automatically upload the grades. It will override that zero that is carried from the form will override the grade that you enter into the system. So it's very important for you to either automatically upgrade or automatically transfer the grades first, then enter the manual grades. Or you could also go to the form and enter the grades from the Google form. You must click automatic import button to set up automatic import. You must go to the quiz and engage grade import. If you want student to respond more than once, tick show link to submit other responses. It's important to note here that if this is ticked, or if you allow students to attempt more than one response, the grades will not be uploaded automatically. So that is something that we must be mindful of. All right. Again, if you tick this response, so it's either a single response or multiple response. If you tick this, it will automatically deactivate the single response or the single entry, right? It's either or either. Additional tips. Collaborators, it's important to note that collaborators are allowed to edit or form, and they can manipulate pretty much anything. So be mindful of that. For manual marking, you must tick collect email. Yes, you must tick collect email. Create a quiz in, it's recommended that we create a quiz in Google form, then attach an assignment, then attach it to the assignment that we create. If no point is added to a question, it will not affect the total marks. Automatic upload only works when restrict to single response is ticked. You need to be in editing mode to view responses, and you click the pencil to the lower right to activate that. And of great importance, personal Google account cannot be used to import grades.